Good morning. So today we are potting up a fall container. We have our plants, our pot, our soil, and some spare pots. We are going to use these to fill the bottom of this rather large container. Filling this the whole way up with soil would make it very heavy and it'd be kind of a waste of soil. These plants, the roots aren't going to grow too deep. So you really only need about a foot and a half of soil in here. You can use bottles, any recycling you might have, empty pots, pretty much anything that's not going to degrade to fill the bottom, be nice and light. You could use wood chips as well. So we're just going to pop these in, separate them, drop them in there. That is what we've got for the pots. I'm going to fill it the rest of the way with soil. Have some soil in this pot here. We're just going to dump this in. If you have any large chunks of soil, you want to break those up. The roots won't be able to get through them. We have some large chunks. We're just going to break those up. You want to fill your pot so you have about 1 inch to 2 inches below the rim of the pot. This will allow you to add the plants in. They're not going to be buried too deep in the pot. It'll give you some room for watering and keep the airflow going at the base of the plants. You want to start from the middle. We do what's called thriller, filler, and spiller. So the thriller is going to be our echinacea today. This is a perennial. You can use perennials or annuals in most containers. The perennials are great because you can plant them in your garden afterwards. Break the roots up there. So you see these roots are starting to wrap around the plant. We're going to break that up gently. It just helps the roots spread out once it's planted in the pot. Dig a little hole. And you want the top of the plant to be level with your soil level in the pot. Something like that, try and get that centered. You can really do whatever your heart desires. I like to stick with complementary or matching colors. So this kind of brings out the pinks and the oranges in here. So we're gonna use the celosia. And I like to just kind of place them around the plant before I plant them, kind of get an idea of spacing and what's gonna look best. Next plant we're going to use is Gora. This is another perennial, so you can pop this in your garden when you're done. And I like to put these right up against the main plant, the thriller. We're going to plant these and then see what kind of space we have left and probably pop some stuff in the corners. You want to fill in any gaps you have in between the plants once they're in the pot. Some spaces in between. We're just gonna take some soil, fill that in. You can press pretty firmly. You don't want the soil too loose. You're gonna have big air holes that can affect the health of the roots. So you want to fill them in nicely. There are many different types of bagged soil. We are using a potting mix. This allows for good drainage. They typically have some perlite in them, the little white specks in there. That helps with drainage and making little small air pockets so the roots get some oxygen. I wouldn't use soil from the ground. It's a little too heavy. And you can introduce diseases and bacteria into your containers. Okay, and we are done. This is your fall annual container.